We are live, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Hey everyone. Good evening. Hope all of you all are doing great. Okay, so let me go ahead. Give me, yeah, hello. Give me 1 minute, everyone. Yeah. Mhm. Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope all of you all are doing great. Okay, so just also have the YouTube so that if there are any questions specifically, I can be able to pick it up. Okay. Hey everyone, good evening once again. Let's go ahead and get started with our today's session. Okay, so let me share my screen quickly. So we are already done with our day one, day two blockchain bootcamp. So we are done with a lot of great insights about the technology. I've given you a lot of clarity about this technology, and I know that you all were able to go through it and you all have enjoyed it. So let's also go with the final day, which is our day three today for the blockchain bootcamp. So let's go ahead and complete the today's topic, like where we will cover some use cases. We will see some how the Bitcoin transactions actually look in the real world. And I'm going to show you a very basic program in Solidity just to give you a high level overview that how you can be able to handle it. Okay, so with this note, let me go ahead and share the screen and then we all can be able to proceed further from there. Okay, hope my screen is visible to each and every one of you. Okay, so as you have seen right now, the agenda right here in this case. So we need to first we are going to cover topics more which are related to, let me say, applications of the blockchain technology. That's the first thing which we are going to cover. And then we will move towards what are the real world applications which are available and how we are using blockchain in the cryptocurrencies. We'll have a look. Then we will be looking into supply chain, healthcare. And then I will show you how a blockchain explorer works, like where and all you can see the Bitcoin transactions, what is its significance we are going to discuss. And then we will see how blockchain 2.0 is going to evolve. Okay, that is your like central bank digital currency. What are the different ways in which we can advance our blockchain technology to the maximum extent? That's something we are also going to look into. Okay. And then finally, the future trends, conclusion. If there are any question and answers, again, it's not again at towards the end, I will take it up. As you all know yesterday, right? How we made it interactive. So in the same way, we'll continue. Okay. So as and when I complete it, I will ask you for any questions. You can ask me. I'll try to answer that. And we will have some questionnaires to you also so that you can also participate. And even in the end also, we will be taking it up, but it's not only at the end. Okay. Even in the middle also, we will be able to take it up and we'll be able to proceed further. And finally, we are going to wrap it up all the day one, day two, and day three concepts. We'll be able to end it with today. So that is our today's agenda. Let's go ahead and get started with the first one, which is about the real world applications of the blockchain technology. Like where and all you can use the blockchain technology. I mean, where the significance of the technology is present. See, today, blockchain technology is being there to solve the problems in industries by really providing some transparency. Like today, why there is a lot of dependency on blockchain or why there is a lot of significance with this technology is because today it is having the possibility to go ahead solve the problem in industries by really providing some good transparency. That means everyone can see what's happening. And on top of that, it is also providing the security where it is protecting all the information whatever you. Okay, it is also protecting our information and it is being able to handle it appropriately. So today, when you talk about the significance of the blockchain technology, right, it is very significant in the today's world. It is because it's having a greater amount of transparency and at the same time, it is also having the great amount of security. So for that reason only, blockchain technology is today playing a very important role in the market and it has a lot of significance available in industry because of these two parameters. Transparency, as you know, right? So as you know, transparency here means it is all about where everyone can see what's happening. Security means where everyone can protect the information, whatever they want. And both the things are achieved with the help of the blockchain. That is the reason it is having a lot of significance available in the market. Okay. And then you see impact across industries. Like what impact does this technology has across industries? See, blockchain is changing the way how different industries work, like especially finance, healthcare, supply chain. They work by making things more efficient, very faster, smoother, and building the trust. So today, blockchain technology is impacting all the industries by increasing the trust to 10 times more. Okay, today the technology is so rapid and it is going in such a great way that you have a very good amount of trust being available. Okay, when you use the blockchain technology across multiple industries, that is the major thing. The impact, the technology today is having a greater impact in the market. It is only because of the trust which is involved with it. Okay, it is only because it's able to go ahead and handle the things very effectively. That is the significance of it, right? So when you say impact across industries, this is the point which we all should consider when you talk about the aspects of the trust. Okay, and then moving to the key innovation. So key innovation means, see, blockchain is basically leading to new groundbreaking ideas, improvements, helping the companies try to work better and even create some new business models. So blockchain today is playing a very important role in all the existing industries. It is able to go ahead and then try to bring some new concepts onto it. And it is bringing a groundbreaking innovation into the picture so that everyone can utilize it to the maximum extent. So the key innovations here are nothing but like it's trying to adapt to the companies. It's trying to go ahead and attach to the market whatever is happening. In that way, it is bringing up some really very good innovations on top of transparency, security, and trust. It is also allowing the industries to work in a very innovative way where they can handle the things very effectively rather than being dependent on any of the things. So in short, I would say blockchain is important because it is making industry very secure, very efficient, and innovative. So three key things what you should know from this slide is today blockchain is providing a very good amount of security. It is also making the system much more efficient and it is also making it more innovative. These are the three things which today technology is providing, due to which it has a rapid outreach in the market, I would say, like in terms of security, in terms of efficiency, and in terms of innovativeness. So this is the clarity which you all should maintain whenever we talk about the technology. Okay. So this is how it's trying to rapidly increase over the market. Okay, so now let me ask you a questions so that you all can understand it. Okay, so can you say me or can you think of any industry where transparency and security are very important? Okay, and how do you think that blockchain could help? Can you say me like which all industries do you think that where transparency and security is very much needed? And how do you think that blockchain is going to help there? Already we are done with day one, day two. So by this time, we should definitely be having some clarity, like in which industry we can implement blockchain technology, where it can improve the security and transparency. Okay, so that it can help us in a better way. And I want to also ask you that how do you think blockchain can help us out in that? So if you can think through those lines, please do let me know so that we will all be able to discuss and can take it further. Trading, stock market. Okay, good point. Let me see over the YouTube. Logistics sector. Okay. Filming industry. Okay, perfect. What else? What else, everyone? Come on, logistics sector, stock market, share market, trading, filming industry. Awesome. What are all the other sectors do we think that where we want the transparency and the security to be present, and how you can have the blockchain technology being available there? Anybody? I know that there are some responses like filming industry, education, share market, stock market, trading. What else? What else do you think that we can be able to go ahead and can be able to add it? Operating system, not exactly. Yeah, education. Okay, cool. Okay, very good. Good job, everyone, by answering it appropriately. Yes, I mean, there are a lot of industries where we definitely need blockchain technology for all your transparency and security. Now, what are all those things? I'm going to explain to you in a while so that you all can understand along with whatever answers you all have provided. So, first of all, kudos. Great job by providing the answers. Okay, now I'm going to also show you that what are all the other things also which can be encouraged over here. Okay, that's something which we will also be able to look into and we will be able to move forward. So let me just explain to you. Okay, so those concepts. So first of all, thank you all for answering. Now moving to cryptocurrencies. Okay, this is first application of the blockchain technology. Okay, when you talk about blockchain as a technology, right? When you talk about blockchain as a technology, in that the very first application is your cryptocurrencies. Okay, in that the very first application which you have here is your cryptocurrencies, which I would actually say. So cryptocurrencies, let me say, if you see, right, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay, they are digital money. That means they don't have any form, size, or a shape, like how you have your rupee or a dollar, right? It's not like that. Okay. So if you can see here in this case, the cryptocurrencies, whatever is present. So this cryptocurrencies part, whatever is available. So this is like you have your Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, like all of these cryptocurrencies are like your digital money. They are totally decentralized. I mean, like there is no single person or any government who is going to control them. Okay, so there is nobody specifically who is going to control them. So they are being used as an extreme mechanism where everything will work peer to peer. Okay, where everything is going to work here peer to peer, where you are not going to have even a single intermediary in the process, like whatever you are going to do. So that is the key thing which we all should basically be able to understand it. Okay. So right now, whatever I'm going to explain to you here, right? So this is more like a peer-to-peer concept, we call it as, where you do not have any third party or intermediaries. You can have your Bitcoin and Ethereum as your currencies, and you can be able to use it as a decentralized. That means you don't have anyone needed in the process. Any transaction you do, everything is going to be distributed across the network, and then people are going to validate, and after which once the validation majority of them validate, then you will be able to move forward. Okay, and they also use a hashing mechanism. Okay, you all remember that they also use something called as the hashing mechanism, where it is going to encrypt your data so that nobody can exactly see the information of whatever you wanted. Okay, so that's the point we all have to consider. And then eliminating the traditional banking. We all are pretty much aware of it, right? Eliminating the traditional banking means cryptocurrencies are going to allow the people to spend the money directly to each other. That means that directly, as I said, you right, that is a peer-to-peer without using any banks. This means you don't need any traditional banks to act as a middleman for the transactions. If you really want to go ahead and do any transactions, you can feel free to go ahead and do it, but you don't want anybody to be present in between. Okay. So that is the point which you all should be knowing about. So whenever you want to go ahead and try to be a part of it, make sure that you're eliminating all the banking sector in between. And then you do peer-to-peer transaction. That is what blockchain encourages us for all of us to do it. And going to the decentralization benefit. The benefit of the decentralization here is cryptocurrencies offer many advantages, such as like lowering the fees, because you know that there are no middlemen, right? Obviously, like you are removing the banking system overall. So they can help people who don't have access to regular banks, and you can participate in all the financial system. I mean, the major benefit is the money will be reduced. The burden will be reduced. The fees are going to be reduced. Today, banks take some fees for you to settle the transaction, right? But now when you go with Bitcoin and all, or cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, you do not need to pay any fee because you are one peer and there is another peer. You can settle the trade. I mean, you can pay some transaction fee, but that is your call. Nobody is going to enforce onto you saying that you have to pay this much amount of money. Or nobody will come and say you that, hey, you have to go and pay this much amount of money. No, it is up to you. How much ever you want to pay, you can pay. Or if you don't want to pay the transaction fee also, that is fine. Still you can be able to do it. So that is the significance of the decentralization benefit, where making the system decentralized means you are removing all the third party and intermediaries in the system. That means you can be able to go ahead and can handle the things in whatever way you want it, without the need of any third person or without the need of any intermediary in the system. That is what we can call here as our decentralization benefits. Okay. Hope that this gives you a better sense. So these are the three things which you should be knowing. So whenever you talk about a cryptocurrency, it is a digital currency where it doesn't have any form, size, or shape. And then on top of that, you are also going to see that here all the cryptocurrencies are going to be peer-to-peer. That means you do not need any third party or intermediary in the system whenever you want to do any transaction. And on top of that, you also have the hashing. Hashing means you're going to encrypt your data without the support of any third party or intermediaries. And then you can also eliminate your banking system. Okay, you can also eliminate your banking system where they can remove all your third party and intermediaries in the process. And when you're removing all the third persons in the system, right, then obviously you are reducing the fee. And that money you can save it. And then what is happening over here, whenever you want to pay any fee, right, you can pay them directly. I mean, like, for an example, if I want to do a transaction with you, if I wish, I can pay transaction fee. If I don't want it, then I don't need to pay. It's up to me that whether I need to pay the transaction fee, yes or no. But nobody is going to enforce on to me saying that, no, you have to pay transaction fee. That cannot be done in the blockchain world, especially in the decentralized system. Okay. So basically, in summary, I will say cryptocurrencies are a new form of a secure, decentralized money, which is helping people send money without banks. I mean, you don't need any banks. You can make all your financial services available to more people around the world without the support of any third person or an intermediary in the system. That's the point you all have to understand. Now, for an example, I have a Bitcoin. A person wants to buy a cup of coffee using Bitcoin. Okay, that person can go to the cafe, can pay the payment, cafe can accept that payment. Instead of using cash or a credit card, they can use a mobile application, which can send the Bitcoin directly from their account to the cafe's account. Like how you're using PhonePe, GPay and all, you can also introduce Bitcoin and Bitcoin can easily be accepted, where you don't need any third person to support that, like a banking system. Okay, so that's the example you can take. And peer-to-peer, imagine you want to send money to your friend in another country. So with the traditional banking, you have to go through a banking system. The bank might charge high fee because it is an international payment. It may take days to complete it. But with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, right, you can send it directly to your friend in minutes without any banks being involved in the process. That is the major benefit of the peer-to-peer. Decentralization. Decentralization here means you don't need support from anyone because everything is distributed in the network. So in some developing countries, right, people don't have access to traditional banks, but still they need to send and receive money. So for that, they can use cryptocurrencies, which will allow them to use their smartphones to access their digital wallet and participate in the transactions where they can use cryptocurrencies by not being dependent on any banking system in the process. That is the benefit which we are trying to achieve from here. So this is what you all have to understand when we talk about the very first application of the blockchain, which is your cryptocurrencies. Any questions still here from anyone? Feel free to ask me. Meanwhile, let me have a look over the YouTube, like if there are any questions specifically from anyone. Okay. So any questions till now? All clear? Everyone, can you please do let me know over the Zoom and as well as over the YouTube? Are we all clear till here? Any questions from anyone? Just I'm giving a small pause over here just to know if there are any questions based on whatever I have covered till now. No from Zoom. Perfect. Anyone over the YouTube? Are we all clear till here? Hope there are no questions from anyone. What is the value of cryptocurrency? What is the value of cryptocurrency? Like 10 rupees. See, the thing is, Sanju, what I would suggest here is the value of the cryptocurrency always varies based on the demand of the currency. Today, one Bitcoin value is approximately, let me say, 15 to 20 lakhs. At the same time, one Ether value is, let me say, approximately 1 to 2 lakhs. It all depends. Every cryptocurrency will be having their own value. And how is that value getting derived? It is always dependent on the demand which it is having. Okay, it is always dependent on the demand which it is having. So based on the demand only, the value will go high. If there is a demand, there will be good value. If there is no demand, the value will go down. It is always dependent on that. Okay, hope you got it. Okay, perfect. So remaining all mentioned that you are clear with the concept. Okay, awesome. Perfect. So then again, I'll give a small pause in between and I will ask if there are any questions. And if there is anything, we'll try to resolve. But for the time being, it looks everything good. Awesome. Let me take you on to the next part. Now we covered the cryptocurrency, which is one of the application of the blockchain technology. The next one, which I want to target here is the supply chain management. Let's talk about the supply chain management and what is its significance, how it is going to play an important role. So this is something which we are going to understand it. Okay. Now, when you talk about the supply chain management, right? So first thing here is blockchain in your supply chains. Okay, how this is going to be important. See, blockchain is always going to help us to track the products in the supply chain. Like for an example, like every step, like from production to shipping, that will be recorded on the blockchain, where you will ensure that no one can change the data. This makes the entire process in the supply chain transparent and easy to verify. So for an example, I have a manufacturer, a retailer, a wholesaler, and the shipping agent, and then the consumer. So when I have so many people in the supply chain, when there are many people involved, there are high chances for the manipulation to occur. There are high chances that people can misinterpret and manipulate the data in whatever way they want it. So I don't want any such mechanism to actually occur. I don't want any such things to basically play an important role. So for that, what I want to do here is I want to introduce blockchain technology where it can help me to track the products in the supply chain, starting from production to shipping, where you can record each and every step and ensure that no one can actually alter the data. I mean, this is making your entire process very transparent and very easy to verify. So that's the thing which we first need to understand when we talk about how the blockchain is going to play an important role in the supply chain. And then ensuring the food safety. Now, food safety means blockchain can be also useful to track the food from the farm, like from the farm, right, all the way to the store. So if there is ever an issue like a food, like food has been spoiled, it is easier to find out where the problem started because the entire journey of the food is tracked on the blockchain. Now, somebody has given a food which is not good, or after consuming that food, you are not feeling well. So whenever you want to go back and try to track it back, you are always being given the chance to go back and have a look into it. So you can always go back, try to track the food from the farm all the way to the store. If there is an issue, you can backtrace, you can identify the entire journey which is involved, and then you can have a look into it. That's how you can always be able to utilize the food safety appropriately. Okay. And then some case studies. As I say, you right, see, there are many real-time examples, like where companies have successfully used blockchain to improve their supply chain processes. Okay, like their operations have become much, much more reliable and tolerant. So some of the example is there is a company called as Provenance. Okay, there is a company called as Walmart. These are all companies who are using the supply chain over the blockchain where they are getting very good benefit in terms of efficiency, operations, transparency, and the reliability. So today, if you want to implement it in the supply chain management, you have to make sure that it is being implemented in the supply chain where you can track the product from production to consumer. Who all are involved, everything can be stored in blockchain and you can read all the information in a transparent way so that nobody will have the scope to tamper or change anything in the process. Then again, moving on to the food safety, make sure that whatever food we are trying to track, everything is on the blockchain platform so that anybody who is trying to tamper or if there is any food which is contaminated or if it is not good, we can always go back and have a look into those contaminated food. Okay, if anything is wrong in the system. And on top of that case study, as I said, there are organizations like Walmart and Provenance where they use blockchain to the maximum extent. Okay, and then they try to leverage it to such an extent that we can go ahead and utilize it. So that's what they're trying to do right now. And they gain a lot of benefits in terms of reliability, transparency, or their operations are also very much efficient. Okay, so that's how today in the supply chain, the blockchain is tracking all the products to ensure that everything is very clear and trustworthy in the supply chain process. That's how you can implement it in the supply chain management. Okay. And then apart from supply chain management, what is another application where we can implement the blockchain technology? So apart from supply chain, cryptocurrencies, now we are moving to the third application, which is healthcare and identity management. Okay, the third application in this scenario here is our healthcare and then the identity management. So now if you talk about the healthcare and identity management, right? So what you need to think through here is like how to secure the patient information. That's the first thing. See, blockchain helps securely store all your patient records. It ensures that only authorized people like doctors or the patient themselves can access the records. Additionally, the data is tamper proof, meaning it cannot be changed or altered by anyone else. That means here the utmost security is being provided for the patient data. But the patient data can only be accessed by either the patient or either by doctor. Okay, but nobody else can access that information until and unless you give your consent. And additionally, whatever the data you add it on the blockchain, it is tamper proof. That means you cannot be able to edit, even though you are the patient, even though you are the doctor, or even though anybody in that matter it can be. Nobody can go and tamper the data, whatever may be the scenario. That's how you can secure the information by ensuring that nobody can take away your data, and you can securely store your patient records without bothering about much of the things here. That's how you can enable your transparency and security in the healthcare and identity management system. And on top of that, the data tampering also we are preventing. If you observe here, we are preventing the data tampering. How? So blockchain has a special feature. If you all remember, yesterday we discussed it, right? We have a special feature here called as immutable. Okay, this is a special feature which we already have. Now, immutable means, as you know, this is a special feature called immutable, where once the data, that means once your medical records are being added into the blockchain platform, right, it cannot be changed or neither you can tamper them. Now, this is ensuring that your information stays very accurate and trustworthy. Okay, this is ensuring whatever information you have, that is very secure and trustworthy so that nobody can break it. Okay, when you talk about immutable, the very purpose of the immutable here is to make sure that all your data is preserved over the blockchain so that nobody can tamper the data, whatever may be the scenario. That is the purpose of the immutable. Okay, now whenever medical records are going to store, nobody can be able to go ahead and then try to take away the data, whatever may be the reason. No one can tamper that. Okay, that is another advantage we are getting where we are storing our health records in a very secure way. Now, coming to the privacy assurance for patients. See, patients can trust that their personal medical information is very private and secure when it is stored on the blockchain, because this is increasing their confidence that their sensitive data will never be shared or accessed without the permission. Okay, this is never going to be taken away by anybody without the permission being provided. So basically, in summary, blockchain is helping protecting the patient data, okay, by making sure it is secure, unchangeable, and private, so that no one can tamper this data, whatever may be the reason for this. So that is how we are storing our medical records in the healthcare sector, ensuring that nobody can take away the data, whatever may be the reason behind it. So this is the clarity which we all should basically be aware of whenever we talk about the healthcare and identity management. Okay, hope that you all have got a clarity. So now a quick question to all of you. Okay, a quick question to all of you. Say me, why do you think it's important to store the patient records securely? Okay, a question to all of you. Okay, why do you think that it is important to store the patient records securely? Can't we leave the patient data open? Why do we need blockchain? Whatever we discussed right now, right? Why do we need a blockchain? Why do we need to secure the data within the blockchain platform? Can't we be able to go and leave it open? Okay, why do you think it's important to store the patient records securely? Everyone? Can anybody be able to go ahead and try to provide your answers? Like, why do you think that it's important to store the patient records securely? Because it can be misused or it can be manipulated. Good. Let me see over the chat here. Okay, so to track his or her medical history. Okay. Track his or, okay, cool. Because some of the medical theft may happen. Okay. Because some of the medical, yeah, I mean, same date. Yeah. Okay. Medical theft or medical history would be compromised. Illegal documentation, privacy issues for the patient. Okay. Confidential information if they're for future reference. Exactly. Right. For future. Yes, absolutely. Agreed with all of you. Yes, that is 100% right. See, medical history. Medical history is something which should be very safe and confidential. Right? Nobody ever tries to share the data where which is confidential, right? Why would they go and try to share the data which is actually very safe and confidential, right? Nobody wants to share any personal information. Why would I go and say what problem I am having? Right? I don't want to share that. So that is the reason medical record should always be kept safe and secure so that it is not going to wrong hands. So that somebody should not be able to get to know about you until you don't give them the consent to have a look into it. So we shouldn't be able to do any such type of things in our system. Okay, that is the reason you always need to preserve your medical records in a better way so that nobody can tamper the record even if they wish to do. Okay, so that is the overall clarity which you all should be knowing when we talk about the healthcare and identity management in specific. Okay, so good job everyone by answering it. Okay, keep it up. So now let me go ahead and explain to you that how a blockchain explorer actually looks. Okay, let's go and try to have a look. Now here I will just show you that how blockchain explorer would actually look like. Okay, so this is where practically now a practical hands-on part will come where I will show you that how Bitcoin transactions in the world look like, the real Bitcoin transactions and the real blocks. Okay, these, I mean, all of this information we are going to have a look right now, and I will just show you the different aspects associated with it so that you all can be able to know that how it actually looks overall, like how you can see the block details, how you can be able to see the transaction details, how it is going to look like. I'm going to show you all of that information. First, observe to it very carefully, understand whatever I'm trying to say to you, after which if there are any questions, then I will take it up and will answer it accordingly as per whatever you asked. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead and then try to show you that part. See, this is blockchain.com Explorer. If you see here, right? This is basically what we call it as our blockchain.com Explorer. In this blockchain.com Explorer, right? The moment you come to your home page, here you see all the latest blocks. As of today, there are 8,65,904 blocks being created with regards to Bitcoin already. Okay, already there are these many blocks which are already being created with the Bitcoin. If you observe here very carefully, so this is something where you see that in the Bitcoin itself, we were able to go ahead and create these many blocks. Now, if you all remember, yesterday we discussed one concept. Now, who creates these blocks? Can anyone answer this question? Who basically creates these blocks in the blockchain network? Already as part of the day 2 bootcamp yesterday, I discussed this. Can anybody be able to go ahead and let me know that who basically is responsible for creating the blocks in the blockchain network? Okay, let me check it out here. Miners, awesome, great. Let me see over the YouTube. Miners, awesome. Yes, great job. Yes, it is the miners. Okay. Miners are the ones, not the developers. Developers are the ones who create the application on top of it. There is a difference. Okay. Developers are the ones who write the code and who create the application on top of the blockchain. Miners are the ones who create the blocks inside the blockchain net. Okay. Miners are the ones who create the blocks within the blockchain net. So now here, these many blocks are being created in the blockchain network, if you see. And if you click on this arrow, it will go ahead and show you. See all the blocks. If you remember the architecture of the blockchain, which we covered on the day 1 bootcamp. right? If you observe carefully, these are all the blocks which are interconnected to each other. All of these blocks which you see here, right? These are all interconnected to each other and you can be able to keep on proceeding further. Okay, see here. Now hash, you remember hash, which is the unique identity, right? Hash is a unique identity for the particular block. And here is, this is the block number 865904. When it got mined 16 minutes back, 16, this is the timestamp. At what time the block is being mined? 16 minutes, 46 seconds back. And how many transactions are there in this block? This is the number, which is 6597. At least this much amount of data you should be knowing. And here are all are your blocks. Okay. If you see here, these are all are your blocks which are being present over here. If you see, these are all are your blocks and you have the time at which it got mined. The hash is the identity of the block and then how many transactions it was able to handle it. And if you click on any particular block number, it will take you further inside it. And it is going to provide you the details of whatever is available in the block. Okay, so these are the details which are available in the block where it is showing you all the relevant information. And if you little bit scroll it down, right? If you keep scrolling, these are the transactions which are available within the particular block. Okay, within that particular block, if you observe here carefully, these are all are your transactions which are present underneath it. Okay, so if you see here, these are what we actually call as the transactions which are being present underneath the particular block. How many transactions like this are there? You can see the count over here. Okay, total 6,597 transactions are being available within the block number. Okay, which is 8,865,904, which is 8,65,904. When it got mined, the date, year, and the time and the seconds is also very clearly visible over here. Okay, and the hash, which I said you, is a identity for a particular block. Like how you have your fingerprint as the unique identity, right? In the same way, every block here is having a digital identity associated with it. And that is what we basically call it here as the hash. So basically, hash here is the digital identity for a particular block. Okay, so with that, you can be able to move forward. That is the purpose of the hash is what we basically call it as. Okay, so hope that this also gives a sense to all of you. I mean, whatever we learned till now theoretically, I'm showing you that practically that this is how the world of Bitcoin is going to work through. Okay, so again, when it got minted and who mined it? Okay, when it got mined, all of those details are provided. Block height is nothing but it's a block number. Who is the miner? The miner name is unknown. Okay, who is the miner in this case? The miner name here is unknown, if I would say. So like this, you have all the data available in a particular block, and then you see the transactions being present underneath it. So this is what we call Explorer, Blockchain Explorer, where you can explore each and every block. You can enter into the block like how I was able to show right now to all of you. Within the block, you have a list of transactions. Just it's like a overview where you can go have a look, nothing more than that. You can just have a look and explore that, okay, how the things are working. But apart from that, it doesn't have a lot of things for you to take it into consideration. Okay, just an idea or just a high level overview, practically that how transactions are happening, how many blocks are being created within that block, what are the information available. So whatever I explained to you, just you can have a glance of. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Try to open this blockchain.com Explorer. Okay, just go through it. Open any random block. Okay, click on it. Go through it. Have a look into the information, whatever is present. Okay, and do let me know if you're comfortable with it or not. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Quickly explore it from your end also so that you can also feel it in a better way. Because if I explain and you listen, right, it will be good. But when you click on it and if you look into the details, you will feel much, much better. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Have a look. Do let me know if there are any questions. If not, if you are clear, then I will take you to the next part of the concept. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm seeing if there are any questions. Why is miner name not? No, the miner name only is unknown miner. The miner name itself is unknown. Now, for an example, I'll do one thing. See, What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back again and let me pick any other block. Okay. 865904 is what I picked it up. Let me pick up any other random block. Okay. Let's just wait for this to be loaded. Let me pick up some other random block. 865892. Okay, now it's getting loaded. Okay, this is also loaded by the created by unknown miner. I mean, unknown miner means the name of the miner itself is unknown. I'm looking for a transaction which is settled by somebody else so that I can show you that you can see the miner name actually. See here, miner name and pool. Okay, so you should not get confused that miner name itself is unknown. That is the reason this name unknown. Otherwise, it is not unknown. That it's not second part of it. Okay. Unknown means I know many people will think it's not known. But the miner has kept the mining name itself as unknown. Now see here. There is another miner called as Antpool who was able to create it, but the name is very clearly visible. Got it? Okay, so that's the difference actually. Perfect. Okay, just explore it. Just explore this and do let me know everyone. Meanwhile, I'm just checking if there are any questions of the YouTube here. Okay. See the hash. Yeah, you are able to see the hash. Sure. But see, but this is totally encrypted, na? If you see, hash is visible to everybody. I know you, me, all of us can see. But that is encrypted. Hash is totally encrypted. Now, can you say what is behind that? Not known. It is a mixture of numbers and alphabets. Using the SHA-256 algorithm, we are generating the hashes. So obviously, you will never get to know what is behind that. This is visible to everyone. Hash can be visible to everybody. But what is behind that hash is not visible to anyone. So that's the clarity I want to provide it. Okay. So it's not easy to hack. If you want to hack it, you have to break that 256 algorithm, SHA-256 algorithm to move ahead. Hash is the public key. Everyone can see. Important is private key. See, again, partially right. Again, whatever I have explained it, right? Same approach actually. Okay. What defines the demand of the cryptocurrency? Why does it increase or decrease? In what basis? What do you mean by mining of cryptocurrency? See, mining means, again, yesterday I already explained it very clearly. See, mining is nothing but imagine like RBI. RBI generates the currency, right? In the same way, mining is the process to generate the cryptocurrency. Okay. First of all, that is mining. Mining means generating the cryptocurrency. Somebody should be there to generate it. So mining is the process to generate the cryptocurrency. That's it. Like how RBI generates the normal currency. Now, first part of the question. What defines the demand of the cryptocurrency? It is always dependent on supply and demand, right? So now what is going to happen here? Like imagine you went to a shop, like a shopping mall. There are two bags. There are 10 people to purchase those two bags. Now, is the bag having a demand or not? The answer is yes. Why? Because there are only two bags, but there are 10 people to purchase it. Actual value of the bag is 100 rupees. Now, shopkeeper understood that, okay, this bag is having a greater demand in the market. So let me say, I will increase the rate now. Instead of saying 100, I'll say now 200. How many of you are interested? Out of 10 people, 5 gone. 5 say, okay, I will still purchase it if it is 200. Now, but there are only two bags. You cannot have 5 people. Now the shopkeeper says, I will increase the value to 500. So lastly, there are 2 people who said, okay, I will take it for 500. So what is happening here is when there is a demand, automatically what will happen is the value will go high. When there are many people who are interested to invest, then there is a value to it. When there are people who are not interested to invest on it, then the value will go down. It's always dependent upon the supply and demand. Accordingly, it is going to. Okay, hope that answers. I don't see any other questions apart from that here. Okay, cool. Any other questions from anyone with regards to the exploration of whatever we are doing right now? Before I take you on to the next concept, everybody. So hope you all have explored this on your own. Have you looked into the data? How many of you were been able to do that? Mention it over the chat. How many of you were able to go through Explorer and was able to look into it? 1 minute? Okay, no problem. Yeah, please complete. No worries. Hey, awesome. Great, great. Majority of you were been able to look into it. Good. Nice. Good job. Okay, but just I'm giving 1 more minute. Okay. Mining of. Are we able to see mining of? No. It's the mining of Bitcoins. We are seeing the mining of Bitcoins as of now. Okay. Yeah, again, as I said, it's a mining of Bitcoin we are looking into because Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency which has a legitimate mining. Okay. Remaining coins, if you want to have a look into, yes, you can always be able to look into that information. Okay. But otherwise, I would say this is the Bitcoin mining which we are looking at. Ethereum, you can check it in Etherscan. Okay. There is a platform called as Etherscan. Okay. See here, etherscan.io for Ethereum platform. You can always go to the etherscan.io and then can check it from there, like where you can check the Ethereum platforms. DeFi, I will explain it. Okay. In a while, I'll explain. No worries. DeFi is a decentralized finance. Okay. Which we will look into in a while. See, this Explorer, basically what it says, this Explorer says, I support Bitcoin, I support DeFi, I support NFTs. It's just what it is trying to say. It's like a product. Okay. Where it is giving you multiple services. That's it. Okay. That's the point I want to highlight. Okay. I hope you got it. So it just says you, I am a product. Underneath my product, these are the services which you can have a look at. That's it. Okay. This is your Etherscan. If you want to see the Ether blocks and all, here, same Ether, go to etherscan.io, and here is where you will see all the latest blocks available for it. And you can look into those information. Okay. That's the point I want to highlight. Okay, great job. I see that many of you were being able to go ahead and explore the blockchain explorer. I think you were able to see the blocks, the mining information, the hash, the transactions, everything practically you were being able to look into. Good job, everyone. Keep it up. Keep exploring like this. Okay. So now moving on to the next part over here, that is blockchain 2.0. Okay. So basically what exactly is blockchain 2.0 and how this is actually important. See, now blockchain 2.0 means it is like advancements which are happening apart from Bitcoin. Okay, if you see Bitcoin today, okay, today Bitcoin came up in the year 2010. Sorry, 2000, actually 9. That is when the first block got launched. Concept came in 2008 actually. Concept came in the 2008. The first block got created in 2009. Which is actually a very old concept, right? Because 2009 to 24 we are currently. Still a old concept. But now what is happening is we're advancing. In blockchain also, I mean, see, blockchain again has Bitcoin as the single source of truth. But still we are advancing. We are doing a lot of great things. We are trying to bring in some good aspects onto it. Right? We are trying to bring in some really best things inside it. Right? That's how we are trying to advance and make the things very clear. So now, in the same way, when you talk about the introduction to Ethereum, so Ethereum is more than the digital currency. Bitcoin today is only a digital currency. But when you talk about Ethereum, Ethereum is more than a digital currency. I mean, it is going to allow people to create the programs like smart contracts you can create, which can run on the blockchain platform. Now, where you can run your Ethereum programs like smart contracts and all, you can write some Solidity programs and you can develop the things. But Bitcoin is not like that. Bitcoin is only meant for transactions. Now, you cannot create any program or applications on top of Bitcoin. That is not allowed. Okay. So now here, the thing is, what is going to happen over here if you see, right? I mean, Ethereum is having a lot of advantages in the market. The only reason because it is not only meant for transactions. Anyhow, it is going to do digital transactions. Plus, on top of that, you can develop your programs. You can create your own applications. You can create your own like a decentralized application on top of the Ethereum platform. So that is the biggest advantage with it. where it says very clearly, you can make your Ethereum programmable. Like in Bitcoin, you don't have this feature, but here you have all of these features and can be able to handle it more effectively. You can handle all your transactions, you can create your own programs and can be able to move it in a better and as well as in an appropriate. So this is how we need the Ethereum to take it further. Okay, this is how we need to understand that we are taking up this Ethereum to the maximum extent. This is the way in which you need to handle all your transactions and as well as the programs, whatever we are taking up. That is how Ethereum is advancing rapidly. And you know already what is smart contracts. Okay, you already know what is smart contracts. Smart contracts are totally self-executing contracts, where all the terms of agreement, logics, everything is written in the form of a code. And they will automatically execute when certain conditions are met. So they are totally automated and they are secure agreements being available within the Ethereum blockchain, where you can use it in different sectors, like as we discussed, supply chain, finance, healthcare sector. You can use wherever you want. As per the scenario, create the logic, whatever you want, write it in a better way, and then try to implement it wherever you want it. That's how you can leverage your smart contracts to the maximum extent. Okay, you can automate it, you can write your logics and make it available in your smart contracts so that it can be able to go ahead and can handle it more effectively. That's how you can make your smart contracts go in a better way. As somebody has asked me about the DeFi, right? Let me also explain to you about the DeFi. See, DeFi means decentralized finance. The full form of DeFi here is it's a decentralized finance. Let me put it up over here. Okay. DeFi is basically a decentralized finance, is what we call it as. Okay. So this is a new financial system, I would say, which is built on blockchain that doesn't rely on any traditional banks. So it will allow the people to borrow, lend, trade, and you can earn interest using blockchain technology without the need of any middleman like a bank. You don't need any middlemen. You don't need any intermediaries in the process for you to get started. So DeFi is a decentralized finance where it says very clearly you can do any type of an operation that it can be like you can lend the money, you can borrow the money, you can trade, you can do some trading, you can earn interest, everything you can do like a bank. But you are not going to have any middlemen or intermediaries in the process. Whatever you do it in the blockchain system without being dependent on anyone in the process. That is a DeFi, which we call decentralized finance, where you don't need to be dependent on anyone in the process or anyone in the system. So this is the clarity which you all should know with regards to DeFi and its impact. So in short, blockchain 2.0 is basically focusing on how Ethereum can improve its programs through smart contracts, how it can automate a lot of things which are happening today manually, and how you can increase the decentralized finance where it provides all the financial services without having any third party or intermediary in the system. That's how the advancements of today, the like blockchain is moving further. Like this is the blockchain 2.0 where we are looking for different aspects where it can make our life much easier rather than bringing any complexity in the system. Okay. So this is how we are trying to think through and make sure that all of these things are aligned appropriately. Okay, so this is the process which we should be knowing. And then coming to the future trends. Okay, so now in the future trends, how it is going to work. So I know many of you would have heard about it, right? CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, which is the pilot project taken care by the RBI. Right? CBDC is the project which is totally taken care by the RBI itself. Okay. So this CBDC, whatever is present, right? That's your central bank digital currencies. These are your digital cryptocurrency. Okay. These are like your digital money. You don't say cryptocurrency. You can say digital money where it doesn't have any form, size or a shape. So imagine a country like the USA is issuing a digital dollar. Instead of using physical cash, people could use the digital dollar for transactions directly from their smartphones. Like today, how India has moved to the digital world. Wherever you go, you don't need to have always the cash into your purse. You can just take your phone pay, GPay, wherever you want, scan the money, and then you pay them directly. That's a form of digital world, right? Where it will allow faster payments. You can make transactions between different banks. You can make it easier for the government to track how money is being used in the real time. When you are doing digital transaction, everything will be tracked by the government or income tax. So no, there is very less chances of fraud or black money to occur in the picture. So RBI today is trying to integrate blockchain technology, and it has already created a central bank digital currency, which is a digital money, where if people want to implement or utilize it as an alternative currency, they can use it directly. Not today, it is not available to everyone, but yes, this is a pilot project which is created by RBI, and it is ensuring that everyone can go ahead and implement it appropriately. That is actually the significance of the digital money, where people can go ahead and can utilize this digital money to the maximum extent. Okay, so that people, if they are interested, they can be able to go ahead and can do the payment in a better way. That is what we call CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency, which is totally a digital version of your currency, where you can utilize this money and can make your transactions very quick and efficient. So government can also use this CBDC to reshape and they can understand that how they can manage this money, making it more easier to track and control. They can track it. Every transaction when you do digitally, even if it is a 5 rupee or 10 rupee also, every will be recorded in the phone pay. So we can easily can identify and see if any fraudulent or illegal transactions happening, which will be much safe and secure. In that perspective, CBDC came into the picture, which is the central bank digital currency, which is the pilot project created by the RBI. Okay. Then you have something called as the interoperability challenges. Okay. Now, what is interoperability challenges? See, currently, different blockchains often don't work together. Like if you say interoperability, right? What is happening is like different blockchains which are present, right? I mean, they don't have a proper connection between them. Okay. So what is the problem? See, now if I want to connect with, let me say, Bitcoin with Ethereum and Ethereum with Bitcoin, so they don't have such a good flexibility. And due to which what is happening is like it at times it becomes very, very challenging. Okay, so that is the problem which we would say. See, currently what is happening is like if I want to go and communicate with Bitcoin to Ethereum or Ethereum to Bitcoin, vice versa, what will happen is all of a sudden you will see that they will not connect, they'll not talk to each other, and that is a very big challenge. So we want to bring a very seamless user experience where it can easily transfer the money. For an example, I have Bitcoins. I want to transfer that to Ethereum or swap it to Ethereum. It should be done in a very easier way. And again, vice versa. From Ethereum to, I want to do it to, let me say, to Bitcoin. So this swapping should be done very easily. It should not take a lot of time and create difficulties. If I really want to swap, let me go and swap it in a better way. That flexibility and interoperability should be there. And today we are trying to overcome that problem so that we can have a better plan or a better action so that we can be able to handle the things very effectively. That is what we call interoperability challenges. Okay. Then coming to predictions for mainstream adoption, like what does this mean? See, predictions for mainstream adoption means as your blockchain is continuously growing, it is expected to become more widely used in across industries like banking, healthcare, and supply chain. So the prediction is that the suggestion is that over the next decade, blockchain solutions will be adopted in all of the places, helping you to improve your transparency, security, and efficiency in whatever sector you are implementing this. That's how the predictions are being available for the blockchain because of its level of demand, because of the level of security and transparency which it is providing across different sectors. It has a very good, it has a very good stream, or it has a very good culture where it can go ahead, sit, and can be able to plan the things more effectively. Okay, so the prediction is over the next decade, this is going to rule and control the entire market which is being available. So this is the prediction for the future blockchain technology. So now, as we covered about the overview of the blockchain 2.0, which is a second version of the blockchain, and then the future trends like CBDC, interoperability challenges, where we will make it more compatible across different blockchain applications like Bitcoin to Ethereum, Bitcoin to Hyperledger, Hyperledger to Ethereum, all of the compatibility issues. And again, for the next decade, blockchain is going to rule the entire world in terms of security, transparency, efficiency, and then as well as the security. So these are all are the different areas in which it is going to work. Now, any questions based on whatever I explained with regards to blockchain 2.0 and the future trends? Anything which you want to ask me specifically, feel free to let me know before I take you on to the next one. Is there any chance of blockchain going down because of its rigidness? No, if it should have been really like because of its rigidity, if it should have been really gone down, it should have been already done before only. Right now from 2008 and we are 2024. Okay, it's almost 16 years. The technology has already come up and still it is going. And if you see in the prediction, I say the next decade is also about blockchain only. Okay, no. See, the thing is, even if it is rigid, somewhere or the other, they are giving flexibility. Now, I said you yesterday, you cannot delete the data or you cannot edit the data. You cannot tamper the data. But again, there I give you small flexibility saying that if you achieved 51% majority, you're always welcome to do that. It's not very rigid. It ensures that your data is safe and secure. If you're not rigid, right, then anybody will come and take. Then what will be the difference between a simple database and the blockchain? Database is flexible. You can create, you can read, you can update, you can delete. That is the reason it is not safe and secure. Now, blockchain has to be rigid at certain areas in order to bring transparency and security. Because of its rigidity only, it is standing out today in the market. Okay, but it is not going to fall down, at least for the next decade. So we don't need to worry about that aspect. Okay. So does over digitalization impact negatively in various ways? No. See, what is happening is the world is advancing. It's not like only India is trying to digitalize. You see, across the world, everybody is working towards digitalization. Everyone wants, see, like if you go back 10 to 20 years back, everything was on paper. Now, slowly we advanced. Now, everything is digitalized. Okay. You take your property records, health records, everything is electronic. Everything is digital. Today, you are able to do this like payment, like your bill payments and all also with the mobile phones, with the digital payment. So as the world is progressively moving towards digitalization, then why should we step back? Okay, so definitely blockchain is also encouraging to move towards digitalization. It's not over digitalization. As the world is moving towards digitalization, we are also trying to target towards the digitalization and move forward so that we don't want to leave any gap in the process. Okay, I mean, that is the major intent behind it. Okay, it's not over. It is as per the market, whatever is needed, it is trying to digitalize things. Okay, now let me go over the YouTube and see if there are any questions. Okay, how do CBDC differ from traditional cryptocurrencies in terms of security, control, and privacy? See, what happens is CBDC is totally available on the blockchain platform. Okay, now traditional money, whatever you do, right? Can you, 1 minute. How do CBDC differ from traditional cryptocurrency? See, both are okay. I thought traditional money. If you compare cryptocurrency, both are same. See, CBDC is a currency which is created by RBI. If you talk about the cryptocurrency, it is created by their community, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all. At the end of the day, all of them are using blockchain technology. When you use blockchain technology, that means everything is common. Security will be common, immutability will be common, decentralized will be common, distributed will be common. Only difference is CBDC is controlled by RBI. Whatever they want, they can do it. Bitcoin is controlled by the Bitcoin community. Okay, and Ethereum is controlled by Ethereum community. They are the rulers who will rule these currencies and they can be able to handle the things in whatever way they want. But the problem is Ethereum and let me say Bitcoin, right? They're decentralized. That means anybody can go ahead and do whatever they wanted. But when you talk about specifically about CBDC, CBDC is totally controlled by the RBI. So it is not a fully decentralized, I would say. It's a little bit centralized, where RBI wants to control everything on top of them. The major difference is CBDC is little bit centralized, I would say. Okay. Whereas if you talk about the other part, okay, whereas if you talk about the other part, right, which is nothing but your traditional cryptocurrencies. Traditional cryptocurrencies are totally controlled by the respective decentralized body who are there in the network. They will control it, all the nodes. Okay, but whereas CBDC is totally controlled by RBI only. They only want to have the control. They don't want to give it to anybody else. So that's the point you have to understand there, Yash. Can you tell me something about Telegram airdrops, which gives some crypto for free in the initial stage? Hey, don't fall for that. Those are all scams. Okay. Don't fall for any airdrops and then they will give some crypto. Nobody's ever gonna give crypto for free. Crypto is great, it's greater in demand. Crypto is really greater in demand. Nobody is so much like I would say, like they are not doing any like charity, I would say. Like where anybody can go and try to give it for free. So please don't try to fall for those things. Okay. So how can I withdraw my cryptocurrencies in blockchain or not? Yeah, you can withdraw your cryptocurrency. See, it's simple. You have to create a wallet account. If you have a wallet available with you, you log into your wallet, okay, and then you have whatever money you have, you can withdraw. But when you want to withdraw the cryptocurrency, you have to convert that into your local currency. If you're staying in India, it is INR. If you're staying in US, it is a dollar. Whichever country you are staying, you have to convert that into your local currency with the help of the bank. So bank will convert that into local currency and then you will be able to get that money to you. That's it. So wallet will have the feasibility for you to withdraw the money and then you can be able to have that converted into your local currency. That is rightly mentioned. You can have Binance, you can have Bybit, you can have, let me say, apart from the Binance, right? You can also be able to have, let me say, ZepPay, you have Vazirex, you have CoinDCX. So many wallets are there, which again, I'm not promoting them, but I'm just saying you that whatever you want, you can be able to utilize them accordingly. Okay. Okay. Till here, all of them are done. Yeah. MetaMask is also a good wallet, Sanju. Correct. Again, see, I mean, that you have earned it, that is great, but that's not an advisable way. Okay. So that's good thing that you're lucky enough. I mean, you were able to have that money with you. That's a very good thing. But the problem is, as a person or as I've been in this field, I don't want to promote those things. Again, it is your personal choice. So you have taken that and you have got some good rewards. I would really appreciate for that. Okay. But again, to promote or to say again, I mean, that's not something which is standardized or which is having a regulatory. So something which is not regulatory is not advisable because there are a lot of people who are listening to my session, right? It's not advisable if it is not regulatory. That is the reason. But again, up to personal choices, however we want to take it to place. Okay. So I'll come back again to YouTube. Just let me take up the questions over the Zoom here. So what are tokens in a blockchain exactly and why your blockchain needs tokens? See, tokens are nothing but it's just a subset of your blockchain. Okay. Tokens are again subset of your blockchain, I would say. Like for an example, let me say, you may ask me, bank already has money, right? Then why does bank gives the reward points? Same question like this only. Okay. Blockchain you already have, then why tokens? Tokens is just to promote it. Okay. So for an example, today you have money. Money is the like one which you utilize it for all the payments and transactions. Bank also says you to give reward points. If you use a credit card more times, you will be said that you will be given some reward points. Right? If you use your debit card, you will be given some reward points, right? So basically reward points means what? Reward points here are nothing but it is just to let you all know that you will, if you use more, you will be getting some good profit out of it, right? That is the point behind it. So same here also, when you say reward points in this scenario, reward points here means tokens. So basically you have two world here. One world is the crypto world, another one is the token. So token are nothing but, for an example, I will say So anybody who is going to perform great here, okay, or who has done all the understood everything well, and there is an assessment which is being conducted by Let's Upgrade, and then you all were able to go ahead and complete it. And the one who tops will be given a 10 tokens. One token is 100 rupees, let us say. Now, when you are being given a token, right, that token you have to use it for the next enrollment. Only in the Let's Upgrade, not other places. So token will restrict you within an organization. Tokens are always going to restrict you within a particular entity or an organization. Okay, imagine you're playing a game. Now they will not give you money if you are a winner. They'll give you an Amazon gift card or a Myntra Flipkart. Okay, they will give you a gift card. So that is not directly giving the money. So you have to take that gift card and use at that particular place. So you are being confined rather than giving the direct money. So token is something where it will be confined to a particular entity or an organization. Okay, that is the purpose of the token. So the very purpose of the token here is to make sure that tokens are only limited to an entity or an organization, where you can use your token only for the reward purpose. And whereas your cryptocurrencies are globally accepted. Okay, whatever the cryptocurrencies you have, these cryptocurrencies are globally accepted across the world. Anybody can go and try to do the transaction. It is not only limited to Let's Upgrade. You can take this crypto and use wherever it is accepted without any restrictions or without any problems. That is the token and cryptocurrencies. Okay. This is the point which you should be able to understand it. And then for this to be created, cryptocurrency is created using the mining process. Token is used creating a standard called as the ERC20. So ERC20 is the token standard where you have to create a ERC20 smart contract and then you need to create a token. This is the process, or this is the method which you need to know. Okay, so mining is the process through which cryptocurrencies are generated. ERC20 is the token standard which you need to follow to create the tokens. Okay, that's it. So this is about your tokens and all. How to verify, check if a block is valid using the algorithms like proof of work. Okay, they will use a proof of work algorithm and they will be able to check and validate it. Whether if everything is appropriate, whether the person is having the right balance or not, whether the person is having the right public key or not, all of those checks will be done using the proof of work algorithm. That's how the check is going to happen. How the transaction is done concurrently at the same time. No, it is never going to happen at the same time. It will always be able to take one by one. Okay, so let me say you and me have done a same transaction. So within fraction of seconds, there will be difference, right? So that will be picked first. And never you will do a parallel transaction. Every transaction will be one by one. You have to pick all the transactions one by one and move forward. Okay. Whatever transactions are there, every transaction will be one by one. So one at a time only, it will take it up. You remember yesterday I said you sharding concept, where I said it will split. Otherwise, all the transactions will be congested and that can become a problem. So we don't want a congestion. For that, we will never try to do a recurrent, similar transactions at the same time. Instead, you will take all your transactions one at a time and you will be able to move rather than taking all of them and then trying to breaking it away. So this is the clarity you all have to maintain overall. Okay. Doesn't this non-multitasking will affect user experience? Which one? You are asking about POW, proof of work? If yes, do let me know, then I will give you the answer. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to just go to the conclusion. And then if there are any further questions, I'll again take it up. Okay. So here I want to just conclude it by saying that, okay, so now this reminds us of the important blockchain concepts, whatever we discussed. Okay, like we understood like different industries, how they are implementing blockchain technology, how the blockchain technology is very efficient, secure, and transparent. So we were able to go through all of them. And then we understood the practical part of it, like where you were able to go ahead and open the Explorer. So in the Explorer, you were all being able to go ahead, see how the transactions are available, see how the blocks are available. Within the block, you were able to go ahead and see all the information which are actually present in the block. Okay, and then coming to the future outlook. Okay, as I said, so here we encouraged all the participants to keep thinking. I made it more interactive, as much interactive as possible, so that you can understand how the blockchain is evolving, how it is growing, how it is becoming more important in the future. So you need to explore new ideas and innovations to make sure that the blockchain will keep moving forward. Okay, so you have to come up with a lot of different innovative ideas and bringing in some new concepts so that the technology will keep evolving and it will keep growing, even though there may be any challenges which may come up. So basically, this is emphasizing the real world importance of blockchain, the value of learning, okay, through practicing, through listening and understanding. So the future of the blockchain is really exciting. Okay, this is a very good start for all of you, whatever the 3 days of the boot camp which we had, right? This is a very good start for all of you to get started with. I'm not saying that you all have become masters. For sure. That is the reason it's just a boot camp. But this has given you a good start for you all to move forward and then try to explore and take it in a much better way so that you all can understand it in a much better scenario. So this is the point I just want to make sure that you're all very much clear in. Okay. So hope that this is clear to all of you. So with this, I wrap up the session for today. So now, if there are any questions, I'm going to take it up accordingly. I'll try to answer all of them. And thank you all for joining for the last 3 days, trying to listen to me very actively and patiently. Whatever questions I have asked, you all were able to answer it very genuinely. And you all have interacted with also with me very appropriately. And I also was able to go ahead and answer all the questions whenever you were being able to ask. So right now, the remaining time also I will utilize if there are any questions, and then after which we will be able to finally wrap it up. Okay, let me see if there are any questions over the YouTube from anyone. Yep, thank you so much for the wonderful feedback. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Keep learning like this. All the best for all of you also. Keep learning like this continuously. Okay. How a very huge number of users at the same time is managed in blockchain. Like everyone is using their laptops, right? You are using your own laptop. That is a node, right? You have a laptop, which is your node. Using that node, you are joining into the network, right? So who is managing? It is your laptop. We are utilizing it, and your laptop will be your data. You are not having huge servers over here, right? Everybody who wants to be part of the network, they are joining with their own laptop as a node. Whenever they are not interested, they are moving out from it. That's it. So nobody is managing anybody here. It is their laptop with which they are coming, they are joining, and then they're going away. Their laptop itself is their hardware. So we don't have any external hardware, anything as such here. Okay. Perfect. And what was another question? Yeah, as you said, it's not going to take transactions parallelly. Okay, only one by one is taken. So this makes it slow and effective. Okay, very good point. Okay, now I got it. See, now, whenever there are like transactions which are happening parallelly, right? So don't think that it will take a lot of time, just within a fraction of seconds. Again, the proof of work algorithm will play an important role over here. Okay, where it will take the transactions one by one slowly, within a fraction of seconds, it will complete it. Yes, but your point also, I agree. At the end of the day, somewhere or the other, it will impact. But security is more important than the performance, right? So let me say in the traditional, it may take 2 seconds, but here it will take 3 seconds. But it will also not compromise the security, whatever you have. In that way, it is going to plan it more effectively, I would say. Okay, that's the point you have to consider. Clear? Hope all the questions here are also been clear to everyone. Okay, over the YouTube. Thank you all for the wonderful feedback over the YouTube. Thank you. Thanks for all your hard work and recognizing. Thank you so much. As the algorithm SHA-256 is implemented in every node will have an algorithm SHA-256 for hashing process. Okay. So, okay, for the hashing process, you are going to have it. So everyone is going to have, and for that, we will be able to have the hashing mechanism, and all of those hashes will actually have the SHA-256 algorithm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful feedback. Yep. Awesome. Thank you. So thanks everyone once again. Have a great time. All the best and make sure that you learn this blockchain technology to the maximum extent and try to gain all the benefits from here. Okay. Thank you once again. Bye bye and take care everyone. Good night.